Hi everyone, this is a collective tarot reading for the lunar eclipse in Pisces. Here in Eastern time, it will be late at night on September 17th, so depending on where you live, the date might be different, but this is a reading for lightworkers, so if you want more peace, love, health, and wealth in the world, you are who I am reading for. It's eclipse season, so I'll be doing a 10-card Golden Dawn spread. So as always, I have 3 oracle cards to the side. You can choose which one, 2, or all 3 resonate with you the most, and we'll do that after the tarot portion. So let's cut the deck and see what we got. All right, present energy is the King of Swords reversed. Interesting. Underlying factors is the 9 of Cups and the 7 of Coins reversed. Okay, this is going to be one of those readings. The wish fulfillment versus feeling dissatisfied and not knowing what to do with it. Like right out of the gate, I'm getting these vibes. But the known factors is the 5 of Swords and the 3 of Cups reversed. Okay, no comment. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. The past, 9 of Coins, 8 of Coins, and the incoming energy, we have the Magician and the 8 of Cups reversed with, what is this? The 7 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So what I will do, I'm going to make these look nice in the shot. I'm going to stare at these cards a bunch, and I will see you right now. You know what? Since I forgot a card anyway, I want to share something for the regular viewers of this channel, the ones who watch the weekly videos. For those of you who don't care, you can wait until I turn over this deck. But you can skip to when I turn over this deck and deal the crossing from past to future, which I realized I forgot. But anyway, for my regulars, I had a breakthrough while setting up the shot for this. The reference that I use, the landmark that I use to make sure that it looks nice in the shot is the box, not this pyramid. This pyramid is here for you, not for me. I realized that from where I'm sitting, if I line up these cards so that it's lined up with the middle of the tree, I set all this up without looking at the shot first. But now let's see what the 10th card, I almost called it the 11th card, bridging from past to future. It is the 2 of Swords reversed. Yeah, that honestly didn't add much, but now the spread is complete and I can actually stare at these cards, and I'll see you right now. I forget what I said when I turned these first 3 cards over, but I paused for a while, not because I didn't understand what this message is, but because I wasn't sure how to, get it through to the people this message is for. But I think that the key word is integration. That's the best way to summarize all of this. Because, when we have the 9 of Cups, like what a fucking awesome card to have upright in times like these in general, and it hints to fulfillment of a goal, but somehow accompanied by dissatisfaction. And I trust me, I know where the dissatisfaction is coming from. We will get to that. And there's also potential here. I fucking love this Magician where he is too. But coming back to what I was saying, I think that the thing that is keeping you lost is picking your fights, which is kind of obvious when the 5 of Swords and 3 of Cups reverse flipped over, And I think that the thing is, when after all the work that you've done to get here, and even fucking pulling off what you pulled off, it is unfortunate to see it accompanied by bitterness caused by other people's refusal to accept the truth of whatever. Because what made me say that deliberately, the only air signs, the only air cards in this entire thing are the King of Swords, 2 of Swords, 5 of Swords, and the Magician. What was I saying? It was about picking fights with your friends over dumb shit. That is the thing that I'm attempting to talk people out of, because it's the very source of the confusion and dissatisfaction that you feel. And actually, since I put my cards on the table, so to speak, puns never intended. I fucking hate that happened. But anyway, the thing is, when you, Jesus Christ, let me pause for a second. There we go. I remembered the point I was getting at. You gotta stop teaching people who aren't coachable. That's the source of the problem. I'm really glad I put all the abrasive stuff before getting to the point, because the people, who this message is for have filtered themselves out long ago. And yeah, what is making me hesitant to speak and kind of tongue-tied is that I've personally wasted so many years of my life trying to teach people who aren't coachable. And I know how much of a waste of energy it is. And since, this Five of Swords, Three of Cups reversed thing is suggesting fights with one's friends, just because, okay, either you gotta accept that they don't want to learn what you have to teach, basically. And that doesn't mean you have to cut them out of your life entirely. I think that part of the hesitation here is this, for sure, the people that this message is for have this all or nothing attitude, because the thing that I suspect that you are losing track of is that just because your friends aren't picking up what you're putting down, it doesn't mean you have to cut them out of your life entirely. Let's go to this magician here. As soon as I understood what the magician was adding, I understood everything. I said, you need to chill the fuck out loud as soon as I grokked what this magician here, because he is one of the air cards in here, but he has all the elements on the table, hence the word integration that I started with when I unpaused. And again, it's you've come so far and accomplished so much, you can go wherever you want to go. And in times like these, it is important to pay attention where you spend your mental energy. And if it is trying to teach people who aren't picking up what you're laying down, there are more important things to focus on. And you've already experienced the dissatisfaction of it. It's not like you don't know what I'm talking about. And that was the challenge of why I was paused all this time, because I know how stubborn the person this message is for is extremely stubborn, because I was when I wasted years of my life teaching people who aren't coachable. I'm still stubborn, but yeah, this definitely is one of these readings. I'm gonna pause a bit and see if I can summarize everything, because I think, honestly, the 7, 8, 9 here is really interesting, but compared to what all of this is, it pales in comparison, because again, it's not like I'm speaking to someone who's in a bad spot. I'm speaking to someone who, has navigated these times very effectively, and yet has this "what was it all for" question gnawing at the back of their mind. So yeah, I'm face palming right now, and I just want to make sure that I leave that person with something tangible and useful, because this is an eclipse reading, right? So there's a reason why I'm doing a 10-card reading. So yeah, you can go wherever you want to go, I'm gonna pause, give me a sec. All right, that was worth it. There are two last things, and then I'll wrap up, and then we'll move on to the oracle cards. So the first thing I forgot to point out is how there's no fire in any of this. The elemental spread is actually pretty balanced. If there were only 3 elements, technically the King of Swords has a fiery part to it. Hence the chill the fuck out part that I mentioned earlier. And also, if anyone who's still here somehow and was rattled by how intensely I was talking to you, there's something that I wanted to add. The person that I was speaking to is Sydney from 2008, Sydney from the Obama years. That's who I was speaking to this entire time. So yeah, I'm not talking down at you at all. I'm talking having paid the price already. Let's put it that way. So yeah, and just remember, like, after everything you've come so far, and you can go wherever you want to go, just make sure that you integrate it well. So yeah, all the elements, you know, are you sure you're not just lashing out? Yes, the truth matters, but how does it apply to it? Where do you want to point it? And just try to remember that you're keeping all that in mind as you navigate the times ahead. Yeah, that was a mic drop. So yeah, if you hated this reading, please give this video a thumbs down, and we'll start with this card. It is Go the Distance. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. I'm actually gonna have to reflect on this. Give me a second. Okay, that's actually pretty simple. You know, I'm sure that you had somewhere in mind that you wanted to go. Why don't you just focus on that, you know? I think that whatever fights you're picking, whatever fights you've been picking, is it really worth distracting you from the big goal? That's definitely the message of this card. You, the animal spirit, it is the cow spirit. The miracles are endless. The reason I said it that way, I was extremely curious what this card is for reasons far too complicated to explain. It has to do with how my finger landed on this card, but it's really a question of thinking about what you want. You know, the whole abundance mindset. I was trying to avoid saying that because it's cliche, but it's really a question of focusing on what you want to create. That's usually the unlock that helps you get to where you want to go, you know? Focus on what it is possible for you to do about it. Yeah, and if you chose the Tao Oracle, your card is Decrease, which is I Ching hexagram number 41. And the keywords are decline, cutting back, frugality, contraction, letting go, less is more, resourcefulness, and a sacrifice. Well, this is ominous. I think that, again, I really like less is more and resourcefulness, but the whole sacrifice part, I think, like, for some of y'all, the sacrifice that you're being invited to take is the relationship, and for others, it's the fighting. Again, it's really a question of just because they're not picking up what you're putting down doesn't mean you have to cut them out in your life entirely, but for some of you, maybe. But again, it's all about doing what you can in as holistic a way as possible with what you've acquired or what you've accomplished to get to this point. That's really the thing to keep in mind for you. So I've left it all on the floor, so to speak. Thank you very much for watching. If you hated this video, please give it a thumbs down. Y'all have a great eclipse, all right? Take care. I'll see you soon.